The long-winded argument that men and women are from different planets will never cease, but today there's actual hard evidence to mull over. Female Redditors recently explored the topic of what confuses the hell out of them when it comes to men and, more specifically, typical male traits. It's a hilarious journey into the mind of the average male, and we can't help but admit to doing some of these ourselves. Welcome to the wonderful mind of men. Men having trouble identifying emotions as well as women do. Both through socialization and actual physical differences in the brain, men aren't as good as processing and identifying emotions as women are. Men are taught from childhood to keep their emotions down and buried, to keep an even keel, so to speak. Showing too much emotion, or worse, openly crying, is taught as unmanly to boys. As a result, men are often not as good at processing their emotions as women are. They generally have a harder time identifying and empathizing with the emotions of others as well. So if you're feeling a certain way, don't expect him to easily recognize that and address it, or to quickly understand why you're feeling that way. Just because you would immediately recognize what's going on in a situation doesn't mean he would see the same thing. And in the same vein, sometimes the best choice when he's going through something difficult is to give him space to work through it himself. He might not be used to discussing his emotions or his problems with someone else, and he might prefer to figure it out in his own head. Either way, he'll let you know if he wants to talk about it with you. Men and women focus on different parts of a conversation. Growing up, girls tend to be socialized to share their problems and secrets with each other. Boys, on the other hand, are socialized to bond over shared activities and interests by talking about them. As a kid, he's much more likely to bond over what his favorite sports teams were or what games he liked playing, rather than bond over what he thought of other people or problems he might have been going through. In fact, boys are often socialized not to share the problems that they're facing. Many are taught that it's more manly to face your problems alone rather than to look for help from friends and others. So when you're talking to him about a problem at work or a friend you're having differences with, it might seem like his attention is drifting because that's not what he's typically focused on. Further, guys often respond to hearing about problems by trying to solve them and offer solutions. It's an often referenced complaint that guys offer solutions instead of support, but they think they're being supportive by offering solutions. If he tries to solve your problem rather than just listening to it and supporting you, know that that's a very male response, and it's all about how he was brought up. Men are socialized to be more competitive in their daily lives about everything. Guys are hardwired to be competitive, and it's in everything that's presented to boys while they're growing up. From games to sports to grades in the classroom, everything is a competition, and boys are taught that the only important thing is winning. So if he gets weirdly competitive with you, that's his competitive side coming out. It's instinctual to him. But more than that, this is actually one of the keys to building a strong relationship with him. Guys want to win more than anything. It's hardwired into them. They want to win at their job, and that could mean getting paid more, or it could mean being their own boss, or it could mean working 2 days a week and having the rest of the week off. It's different to every guy, but the important part to him is that he feels like he's winning by achieving what he wants in his life. In a relationship, that's even more important. He wants to feel like he's winning, like he's earned you, like you could be with any man, but you're choosing to be with him. The way to make him feel that way is to bring your best to the relationship every day and demand that he brings his best as well. If he's dragging his feet and not committing to you, don't commit to him either. He has to know that if he doesn't step up and lock you down, then some other guy might and he could lose you. He has to know that he needs to bring his best to the relationship every day in order to earn you and keep you by his side. These are a few of the biggest differences between men and women in how they're socialized. But more importantly, there's one part of understanding men that's key in relationships. This insight is one of the most important ingredients in a happy relationship. Without it, things can fall apart very quickly. The key to understanding men and relationships. If you really want to understand men and understand what they want in relationships, then this is the lesson to remember. Guys are happy when the relationship is going well. Guys want a relationship to feel like smooth sailing. They hate arguments, they hate fights, they hate worrying that they're going to say or do the wrong thing, and they hate walking on eggshells to avoid drama. If you want to keep him happier in this relationship than in any relationship that he's ever been in, the key is focusing on making the relationship as relaxed, comfortable, and happy as possible. When a relationship is relaxed and comfortable, a guy can let his guard down. He won't feel like he's got to avoid saying the wrong thing, and he won't feel like he's going to upset you by relaxing and showing his true self. If he feels like he can take off his mask and be his true self in the relationship, he won't give that up for anything. This is the key to understanding what men want in a relationship. Men and women have to wear masks in public all day, hiding their true selves. These masks go on in front of friends or at their jobs or wherever they are because they try to meet the expectations of others rather than live who they truly are. So when a guy finds a woman who not only welcomes it when he acts like his true self around her, but accepts who that is and loves that person, he never lets go. He would go to the ends of the earth to be with that woman because she loves him for who he truly is. So if you can give him the space to relax, let his guard down, and be his true self around you, he'll never want to let you go. He'll love being around you, he'll crave being around you, and he'll do whatever it takes to be with you. That's how you truly understand men, by giving him the space to be who he truly is around you. And that's how you build a relationship that lasts.